Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to our channel. In this series we are learning the actual meaning of Bhagavad Geeta. So let's start a new video of this series.
Shlok number 2. Drishtva tu Pandavanikam vyudham Duryodhanstada. Acharya Mukh Sangame Raja Vachanam Bravit. Sanjay said. On observing the Pandav army standing in military formation, King Duryodhan approached his teacher Dronacharya and said.
Annotation. Sanjay understood the suspicion of King Dhritarashtra, who wanted in solace that the war would eventuate. Sanjay tried to relieve King's concern by informing that the hordes of Pandav was standing in a military formation and they are ready for war. Then he moved on to tell him what his son Duryodhan was doing on the battlefield. As King Dhritarashtra was blind, his eldest son Duryodhan materially ruled the empire of Hastinapur. Pursuant to Mahabharata, Duryodhan is envisaged as very impolite, arrogant, evil and brutal by nature. Since his infancy, he had a strong aversion for the Pandavas and left no occasion to demean them. He was aware that to reign over the whole kingdom of Hastinapur unchallenged, he needed to eliminate them. Although, standing on the battlefield, when he saw the large army of Pandavas, then he was baffled. He had underestimated the Pandavas. The extent of military might they had conjunced was way beyond his assumption. Duryodhan approached his guru Dronacharya with the pretense of offering honor, but his actual intention was to palliate his own obfuscation. His move towards his guru also reveals that the gigantic military formation of the Pandav army unnerved him, and he was now horrified of the outcome of this war.
Shlok number 3. Pashyatam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatin Chamu. Vyudham Drupad Putren Tav Shishyen Dhinta. Duryodhan said. Honored teacher. Behold the mighty army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arrayed for battle by your own gifted disciple, the son of Drupad.
Annotation. Many years ago, Dronacharya along with the Pandavas had defeated King Drupad in a combat and took away moiety of his empire. To revenge his defeat, Drupad performed a yajna to derive a son. Dhristadyumna was born out of that yajna fire, with a bridesmaid that he would slaughter Dronacharya in the ensuing future. Even though Dronacharya was aware, when he was approached for Dhristadyumna's battle training, he very humbly accepted and imparted all his knowledge impartially to his shishyas. Duryodhan was reminding Dronacharya he should not become lenient towards his pupils now that they were on the battlefield.
Shlok number 4, 5 and 6. Atra Shura Maheshvasa Bhimarjun Samayudhi. Yuyudhano Virataksh Drupdaksht Mahartha. Drisht Ketushche Kitanah Kashirajasht Viryavan. Purujit Kunti Bhojasht Shabyasht Narpungva. Yudhamanyusht Vikrant Uttamojasht Viryavan. Saubhadro Draupdeyasht Sarv Ev Mahartha. Behold, in their ranks are many sledgehammer knights, like Yuyudhan, Virat, and Drupad, wielding mighty bows and equal in military prowess to Bhim and Arjun. There are also efficient heroes like Drishtketu, Chekitan, the heroic king of Kashi, Purujit, Kuntibhoj, and Shabya. All warriors are best in their ranks. They also have the daredevil Yudhamanyu, the heroic Uttamoja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi, who are all great warrior chiefs.
Annotation. Due to his concern, the Pandav army seemed much larger to Duryodhan than it actually was. He had near expected his opponents would mobilize an army of warriors with such military dexterity, who would be inextricable in battlefield. Out of fear of the looming extermination, he started particularizing the names of all the Maharathis gathered on the Pandav side. Maharthi means warriors who were singly equivalent in potency to 10,000 hackneyed warriors. They were all exceptional warrior and great military strategists, equivalent in valor to his cousins Arjun and Bhim.
Shlok number 7. Asmakam tu vishishta ye tannibodh dvijottam. Nayaka mam sainyasya sangyartha tandra vimite. O best of Dvij, hear too about the strategists and warriors on our side, who are notably deserving to lead. These I now recount unto you.
Annotation. Dronacharya was instructor and master of military science and war and not really a warrior. However, he was on the battlefield as chief commanders of the Kaurva army. An immodest Duryodhan even doubted the allegiance of his own preceptor. Crafty Duryodhan purposefully addressed his teacher as Dvijottam. Mentioned Dvijottam word has two meanings, best amongst the twice-born, or Brahmins. His denigrating and veiled reminder for Dronacharya was that, if he did not show his pluck in this battle, he would be presumed a lowly master, who was only enamored in the surpassing food and lavish lifestyle at the king's palace. Then to cover up his roguish words and boost his teachers and his own morale, Duryodhan started naming all the great generals and strategists present on the Kaurva side, describing their valor and military expertise.
Shlok number 8. Bhavan Bhishmashch Karnashch Kripashch Samitinjayah. Ashwathama Vikarnashch Somdattistathaevcha. There are personalities like yourself, Bhishma, Karn, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarn, and Bhurishrava the son of Somdatta, who are ever victorious in battle. Shlok number 9. Anye cha behavaha shura madarthe tyakta jivita. Nana shastra praharna sarve yuddha visharda. Also, there are many other heroic warriors who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. They are all skilled in the art of warfare and equipped with various kinds of weapons. Shlok number 10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Paryaptam tvidmetesham balam bhimabhirakshitam. The strength of our army is unlimited and we are safely formalized by Grandsire Bhishma, while the strength of the Pandav army, carefully marshalled by Bhim, is limited.
Annotation. The commander-in-chief of the Kaurva army was Grandsire Bhishma. Apart from being an exceptional warrior, he had a rare boon. He could choose the time of his death. This meant he was indeed immortal and invincible. Duryodhan felt that under Bhishma's command their army was undefeatable. Whereas, the Pandav army was secured by Duryodhan's sworn enemy, Bhim. Hence, he started comparing his grandfather Bhishma's strength with his cousin Bhim. However, both Kauravas and Pandavas were Bhishma's grandchildren, and as the oldest living member of the Kuru family, he was concerned about their fortune. He was compassionate towards the Pandavas, but was bound by his ethical pledge towards the throne of Hastinapur and its subjects. Therefore, half-heartedly, he led the Kaurva army against them. Bhishma was also aware that in this pious war, along with all the great warriors of the world, the supreme god, Krishna himself, was present. Shri Krishna was with the Pandavas, which meant Dharma was on their side, and no power in the entire universe could make the side of Adharma win. He had oath to protect the kingdom of Hastinapur and its subjects, and to accomplish his responsibility towards them Bhishma led the Kaurva army, even though he was aware of their wrongdoings. This decision of Bhishma accentuates his power of character and inscrutable personality.
Shlok number 11. Aineshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam vasthita. Bhishmameva bhirakshantu bhavantah sarv evhi. Therefore, I call upon all the military heads of the Kaurava army now to give your entire support to Grandsire Bhishma, even as you defend your respective strategic points.
Annotation. Duryodhan urged all the Kaurava strategists to make sure they are around Grandsire Bhishma and give him support while they defend their own respective positions in the military array and phalanx. Duryodhan beheld Bhishma's assailability as an advantage and wanted to use it as strength and inspiration for his army.